everybody. I'm back from the Diwali break, and I hope all of you are well. I was wondering what I could share with you this week, and and I thought I would just talk about anxiety and the notion of time. Now, all of us, or rather, many of us, feel anxious in different contexts. It is quite a normal, natural thing. Some of us may feel that frequently in many contexts, and the reaction of that feeling may be very intense. That experience can be very intense in the body. What I am going to share is not necessarily for the very extreme anxiety patterns, but for people who feel anxious, this may be helpful. See, when you are anxious, there are several factors playing. It's often we are anxious about a future moment, about a future outcome, about a job moving in a certain direction or a particular event to take place. And that event or that particular moment is sensed by our body as catastrophic or something highly threatening. And it elicits within us a nervous system reaction, which puts us in a particular state with regards to that future moment and that task at hand. This, of course, is not standalone. There may be back memories, that is, memories from the past, memories from other events, which influence our perception of this event. I am not talking about past event memories. I'm not even talking about how we are sensing that future moment. I am rather talking about the time structure that leads to that sensing of that future moment. Now, oftentimes I have noticed that when a person is feeling anxious, which means in their body they are feeling a certain set of sensation, physical sensation, which are unpleasant with regards to that event or the task at hand or the moment in time, then it tends to be it's a forward one. So it is more in the direction in the front, and it may have its own shape, it may have its own form and its bigness, but it tends to be forward. Now, there is an in-time kind of orientation wherein when your body is associated and you think you are on the timeline and you are taking a step forward, you're moving ahead in time. So there's just this deep association with the present moment. But then there is also an possibility to sense what is in front of you very clearly. Now, often that means is you are going to move from this particular location to some other point in space. Now, if this is the particular, now there can be variations, but if this is the orientation in which the person is experiencing the anxiety for that task or event, the fact that you're displaced from this location into another location, which is new and unknown, also has a bodily feedback that may be experienced as destabilizing. There are, as you know, so many patterns to help people ground. There are meditations to ground. There are grounding processes itself. The very act of grounding, when you're deeply connected to the earth below through whatever form, has this stabilizing kind of a feedback that helps the person feel, yeah, things can be rough and tough, but I can deal with it. Now, interestingly, this particular time orientation that is in forward, the in time, the forward moving, move forward, go forward, look forward, kind of that time nudge that is there within our culture also emerges from what we call as a very linear thinking time orientation. Now, the linear thinking time orientation looks at there is a cause and there's an effect to it. There's a cause, there's an effect to it. There's a cause, there's an effect to it. So there is a sense of that the outcome of the future moment is because of certain action that is conducted before that, or even in the minutiae of that event. Now, it is not only just this, but that time is very distinct from space, and often it is abstracted from space. And the studies of indigenous cultures, whether it's a Hopi culture, a Blackfeet culture, Navajo culture, or the East Asian, all of the old East Asian cultures or the old South Asian cultures, there is the distinction between time and space is not in the same way. Within the indigenous cultures, as well as indigenous culture, space and time kind of collapse into the same. Whereas in, say, the East Asian cultures, time is more bound in a spatial way, in a very different kind of a frame. And this frame is the future is supposed to be a set of possibilities, of which some possibility can be emphasized, can be influenced by the human who is participating in the future moment, in the development or in the process of that emergence of what is possible. So there is this human influence into an already possible set of possibilities. And the way time is kind of mapped is through directions. So instead of thinking of of a future event that you may be anxious about in 28 days from now, 2 months from now, 10 days from now, you can think about it as emerging, as coming to you from a certain direction. So you stay grounded in the place that you are in. And then there is, supposing this was east and that was west, and this is south and this is north, then these are the various directions. And you can ask yourself, in which direction is this event going to come from? Now, there are methods in Feng Shui or in Vastu where each of the direction has meanings. So, for example, if I was to use through a Feng Shui method, that my issue is that there are workplace issues and I have ongoing tensions with a colleague or maybe with my boss or a challenge with a project. And within the Feng Shui realm, then the north would be considered, for me, this is my north, would be considered as a direction in which my profession or the work in the world exists. Now, next to the work in the world is the space of creative energies. So the Northwest is the creative energy. So you have the Northwest corner, which is the creative energy, and the North corner, which is the energies of the work in the world, your profession. So you can turn in that direction and simply ask, what do I need to do to tend to that direction? You see, it's doesn't threaten your nervous system in the same way, and you're orienting towards a future moment in a different frame. So you can simply ask, so what energies come from that direction, and what do I need to tend? How can I tend to that direction? You may even ask, what elements already exist in that direction? What is the state? So supposing you are sensing that there is a lot of air and a lot of water, and you're not feeling okay with the combination of water and air, can simply ask, how can I bring in more earth in that direction? How can I bring in more fire in the direction? It becomes a very different approach to meet the future. And it allows you to actually shape your personal energies, your way of thinking through a situation in a different way that can bring in more possibilities for you to be able to navigate the event in some more creative ways. You can also focus on your Northwest as the creative energies and ask, what do I need to tend there? What is that telling me? Is there some element over there which is informing me of some other orientation? Can this shed in a new light on this situation? It is it can be very grounding, at the same time very creative. Try it out and let me know. As usual, if you like this video, please do subscribe and do like, and please do share with your friends. If you would like to know about some other issue or some other topic, please put it on the comments below, and happy to reflect with you. Hopefully, Sana will be back in the next session, and hopefully we'll be bringing more coaches as people gather after the festival break. Have a wonderful week ahead and a wonderful and a very interesting mental spatial experience. Thank you.